Sometimes it just takes a hammer and nail to leave a lasting impression. For UNCW softball player Logan Shapiro, she's more than happy to lend a hand to help others. While most of her teammates are busy working or taking time off during the summer, Shapiro has served on the staff of Recreation Experiences, a faith-based nonprofit organization that assists individuals with home repair.
Recreation Experiences is different than Habitat for Humanity. It's a Christian organization. It's based out of Asheville only, and they select people in the area who are really just in dire situations. They need help just fixing up their homes. Usually it's older people, and groups from all over the country will send middle schoolers and high schoolers, and they'll spend a week. We usually do a new roof, we do a new paint job, a little demolition. I started when I was going into 8th grade. I've done it about 8 years now, 5 years as a camper, and then I went back as a volunteer staff member, and I would just work a few weeks at a time. I'd be in charge of the site, tell the kids what to do, and just make sure everything runs smoothly.
Recreation Experiences began in 1990 and is now based in Weaverville, North Carolina. Shapiro, a sophomore infielder, has worked with the program to provide quality mission experiences for individuals and groups.
Well, a lot of times we'll work with middle school kids, and that's a challenge. You got dangerous situations, you got kids on top of roofs, and it can be slick when it's raining, or we got steep roofs. Sometimes we have to tie someone to another person in case they slip to prevent them from falling. But for the most part, you just try and communicate the best you can. We go a week ahead of time for staff training so that you know how to handle most of the things, to make sure that you're well equipped, and you pretty much just treat the house like your own. I mean, you work as hard as you can. You'd want the best done for your home, so that's what we try to give these people. Julian Nemeth he's actually a famous painter, and it was just it was a good example that people from all walks of life all find hard times. You can look him up on Google. He sells paintings for thousands of dollars, but he lives in a shack in Asheville. No running water, nothing, and it was just an interesting. I mean, he's incredibly talented, but everybody has hard times.
She's a very inspirational person, and we really look up to her on the team. She's one of the girls who loves to do things like this, so she's definitely a good person to be on the team, actually, and helping out with everyone that needs help. She never turns anyone down, and she's always a good person to go to with anything.
New UNCW coach Kelly Van Houten says Shapiro's involvement in the project is exactly what she's looking for in a student athlete.
Well, we put a big emphasis on community service because ultimately it goes back to the whole team concept. We want them to be involved in the community because it brings them all together. They're helping others out, and in a sense, it makes them better as an individual.
Softball relates to everything in my life. For the most part, well, we do morning workouts here. It gets me prepared for the summer. We get up at 6 in the morning to start cooking for everybody and get everything going. And it's teamwork. I consider myself a leader on the team, and I'm a leader on the site. Communication is always huge. We need to communicate to each other on the field and on the site just to make sure everybody stays safe and that we're doing the best job possible. Yeah, you can look them up online. It's recreationexperiences.org, and Dave Torbit's the guy in charge there. He does a great job. It's pretty much impossible to go there and come back the same person. So,
besides helping those in need, Shapiro has benefited in another way. She's become quite handy with the hammer and nail. Faisal Hibri, UNCW Sports Extra.